Well, hey, gang, and welcome back to ChiefTutor.com's training videos of Chief Architect. Today, we're going to be talking about the camera tool in Chief Architect. I am using version X18, but this works in all the versions of Chief, or at least I think if we get into the advanced settings, you might have to have the newer versions like 15, 16, 17, or 18. You know, they call it X18, X being Roman numeral for 10, so it's version 28. I started on version 9. Can you believe it? That's crazy. Anyways, let's get into this. This is the camera tools up here. In this area right here, we have the drop down for all the different views we can use, and then a little bit of higher color views over on this guy. So this is the one you'll be using mostly. Most people do. And when you want to use the full camera, you can do that, or you can use the perspective full overview, which starts the whole model. Gives you the whole model that you've drawn, everything all in one, so you can click and drag it and move around any way you want. And wherever you put your cursor and use your roller on your mouse, that's exactly where you're going to zoom in. So I'm going to zoom in here and I'm going to fly right through the door. So you can go right through walls, windows, and doors, which is great. So the field of view is very good, so you can tilt it and turn it as you need to. So I'm going to go over here to this view like I'm in the kitchen. So I see the vaulted ceiling, I see the flat ceiling, and I see the header for the doorway over there. So I kind of see a lot of stuff, which is neat. So let's take a look at some of these views. Now we have the standard view, which I'm in now. We have the vector view, which is kind of the low color. That was this other icon. All these choices here are in the vector view. And then let's go down to physical based ray trace. That's the really neat one most people use to really make the models pop and glow and make it look nice. Then they have the clay version. And this is where I want to talk to you a little bit about because there's some tweaking we could do in the clay version. But notice it basically turns everything white and gives you the high-end resolution ability as well. And then, of course, we have Glass House and a few other viewers you can use. I like watercolor. That's kind of a neat little version. But you know, a version most people don't use is that clay version. And the clay version can do some really fun things. So I wanted to kind of show you one of the fun things it could do. And that is it could assign special colors to special items as you need it. So for instance, everything is in black and white here. So if I were to go down to this technique options, I have some options in here I can turn on or off, like opaquing the glass windows, amount of exposure, I can turn up the light. I can change the color from the different layers, which we're going to talk about. I can choose different material, different lights. We have a bunch of illumination versions here, and you can even do hand line drawings where it draws lines over it. And now the thicknesses can go all the way up to 100, makes it really ridiculous. I think it's 100. Start with 50. I mean, it's really crazy, right? So I guess 20 is the total. But you know what's really good is 0.5, like a half of 1%. It's really neat. And then I take all these squiggles and struggle amounts down to 1. It's just because you're enhancing the model. You don't really need to get more than that, which is nice. So again, we were talking about everything being in the same color, and what if we changed it, which we can do very easily, which is nice. So in your active layer displays, it shows it all as black and white. Under the camera view set, it's all black and white. And that is if I went to the techniques and I changed it from use everything with a white tone to it to use everything with the layer colored, these black and whites. And you notice the scene got really, really dark because it's all black. So we're going to turn it back to white real quick. Now, before I change this, I want to make my own set so I can manipulate these colors as I need. So I'm going to say copy set, and let's just call it 2. It created a name and said now set 2. So you got set 0, set 2. So we'll say, okay, set 2. And it launches it on set 2. Now you see these base cabinets here? Let's start with those. Let's go with a base cabinet. And it's got the black as the color. And I'm just going to select a different color. Maybe like a light brown or something. Let's go into the browns. Maybe here. Give it a really light tone, something like that. Click OK. Seems okay. Seems okay. And you'll notice when you click on it, it stayed the same color because we're still in the wrong setting for it, right? To turn everything white. And then we have everything as black. So actually what I should have done first is select them all by going here, select all, right? And then with that selected, I could say change the color to white. So most of them are all white. Then we're going to go into base cabinets, and there it is, brown. I'm going to leave it that brown color. Click on this, single color, add the custom colors. I like it. Click OK, click OK. And then maybe the flooring. Yeah, yeah, maybe the flooring. But anyways, before we do that, let's go back here. So we've changed it now from the white we're going to use to the color. So now we can start seeing the changes as the color comes through. So we'll let it give it a little time here, and I'm going to change that color to that brown, maybe a little darker. Click OK. And we can see it now start to change the color and really give a neat effect to things. And what we want to be sure to do is when we select something, like this is a fixture interior, we want to open it up and put it on its own layer. And let's just go to define layers. I'm going to hit define, and where it says fixture layer, just copy it and just leave it as 2. And 2's fine. And from 2, you can change that color. And maybe we go, yeah, like another hue. Click OK and click OK. And that way, when it changes things, it changes it for you. And you can immediately go in and give it a different flavor. Like for instance, we want this one to be a little bit more brown, darker than the cabinet, so it really kind of shows it off as darker. There we go. And then of course with this, just like the other camera view, this physically based ray trace, it does have its own options you could choose from. And then it has this drop down. You can make sure you toggle the shadows on, and then you can go in here and denoise it to get rid of all this noise and corrections that come with it. So it'll come down here and you'll see it processing the denoise. And it just leaves you with a much nicer picture, much more wow factor. And it doesn't let the clients know what you've chosen for the colors of the other parts of the room. Because you might just want to show, what color you like where, and you're kind of just showing off the island. So you can make a nice pattern for the countertop. You can make this nice color pattern for here. And it really gives it that extra boom. So I thought I'd show you this quick little camera tool here at ChiefTutor.com's training videos in Chief Architect. Come on over to ChiefTutor.com and learn all kinds of videos. We got all kinds of symbols you can download. We've got training video symbols, textures, you name it. We got it all here. Enjoy. Talk to you later.